But I look back and I reflect and I go, obviously I'm going to be tired. Because in that fight, yes, my mom died the day before the fight and it's horrible.
Yeah.
My mom, you know, she brought me up as a single mom, so I had a lot of respect for my mom and what she had to do.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say she made me who I am, but her ways and what she taught me played a massive and pivotal role in me reaching the success in the sport of boxing, because I knew what I had to be and who I wanted to be and who I wanted to be that person for.
This is SuperSport Unplugged Champion Chats, and I'm with the champ himself, Kevin Lerena.
Yes. It's good to be here.
Absolutely. It's incredible to have you here. So let's squash the debate because it's been circulating for some time now. What is it? Is it the KO Kid or is it Two Guns?
I think Two Guns. I think I was the KO Kid when I was a lot younger. I'm now old. I'm at the tail end, so you've got to go with Two Guns. I'm not going to be a kid forever. Might still feel like a kid.
Hey, oh no, that's a good thing. That's a good
Still
thing.
feel good and young and fresh, but I think Two Guns is fitting.
You know, to be honest with you, oh yes. For everyone who needs to see this,
That's
Two
what it's
Guns
about.
present in studio today. But Kevin, you are a champ, and we're so excited to just have this conversation with you. But it wasn't always like this. Let's talk about the beginning days. I mean, you are a trained paramedic, you have your pilot license, and now you are a champion, internationally recognized. Take me back to those beginning days in boxing.
It's crazy. Actually surreal, because if we have to dissect it and break it down, we'll be here forever.
I mean, we can try.
You know what? It's just, boxing's been so good to me, and it's afforded me the opportunity to meet so many great people, not just within South Africa, but within the boxing world,
Yeah.
at the elite level of the sport. But when it all started, it was just I wouldn't like to say a dream, because dreams don't always come to light. It was a vision and a goal. And we had a tick box kind of accomplishment type of goal-setting mentality. I said, this is what I want to achieve, this. And we ticked a lot of those boxes off. And we still continue to tick those boxes off and want to tick off more boxes. And I think the biggest thing for me is just the self-belief. Because when I turned professional...
Yeah, but I really want to know, because there's something very interesting that you mentioned. You're saying we wanted to, you know, take off. So who is we in this case?
So I've always been with Peter Smith, my boxing trainer. And I say we because we, together in the sport, yes, I'm an individual.
Yeah.
I fight him, no one can fight for me. Mm-hmm. But he trains me and he hones my skills to the best of his ability. But I need to fight in the ring. And when the bell goes, no one can fight for me. It's man on man.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
But I say we because if I rewind back the clock, when I turned professional as an 18-year-old boy, I'm going to say they, so we don't accuse anybody, the people
Yes.
said he's not going to make it. He's just strong. He's too raw. He's got a rugby background. He's not, just doesn't have it.
Yeah, but tell me.
We stuck to the plan, and we believed in one another. And we are here. We are there now. That's the difference, right?
It's such an incredible story, and you saying that, you know, many a times when it comes to combat sports, especially in South Africa, it's a sport that still needs to be developed very much. You turning pro when you did, what did it mean to kind of put your all and kind of, you know, say that I'm going to work to make my dreams come true? What are the sacrifices you had to make along the way, you know, to be the Kevin Lerena that we see today?
Block out all the noise.
Yeah.
Like, reduce my friends to maybe a little handful. More than friends, it was just close family. Because everybody will try to take a little something from you when you're on your way to the top. And from a very young age, I always knew that I wanted to be something and achieve something. And how was I going to do that? It would be staying true to the ground. Everybody works hard though at the top, right? So what makes you unique to get to the top? That's what I focused on. And blocked out the noise, blocked out the negativity, which there was a lot of in the early parts of my career, in the sense of naysayers. I wouldn't say haters, because I think it's a strong term, haters, but let's say opinionated nobodies. Okay?
Opinionated nobodies.
And you got to block all that noise out in order to stay true to yourself and to stick in the lane that you want to stick in to reach the pinnacle of the sport. And now It's almost like I was having this conversation with a friend of mine who's a Springbok, and I think the number or the stats is 0.03 or 0.03% of rugby players in the country become Springboks.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yes.
Now, it's the same for boxing. How many professional fighters who turn pro become world champions? I can't tell you the stat, but it's got to be a low percentage, right?
No, absolutely.
And I just said, I'm proud because I'm part of that 0.003% within my sport. And that has been due to hard work, learning the skills of the sport, but doing everything else right.
Yeah.
Because there's many guys who work hard. There's many guys who are so skillful and talented, but they do everything else wrong.
Yeah. I think if there's one thing we've seen throughout your career is that you've kind of used your support system as a way to strengthen you.
Yeah.
So last year, 2024, you lost your mother, and that was literally just before one of the biggest fights of your career.
Yeah.
Talk us through, what even made you say yes to the fight still, and we know that you dedicated that fight to your mom.
Yeah.
Just how integral your mom family has been throughout your journey, and just that experience, knowing that your family is with you and that you're able to do this on that level and still have that kind of support structure with you.
I think through adversity comes strength.
Yeah.
That's always what I tell myself, and I drive into myself, and I remind myself, we are our own biggest hype men in the sport.
Yeah.
We got to get into our own heads. There's the little voice that talks to you when you're in the ring, when you're sparring, when you're on the road running, and your legs are sore, your calves are sore. When you're in the gym and you got to push out the last few reps in SNC, there's a voice that talks to you. That voice going to become your best friend.
Yeah.
And I think, obviously, going back to your question, when my mother passed away on the 7th of March, I was in Saudi Arabia preparing for one of the biggest fights of my career, the biggest payday of my career, which would lead to the biggest fights in my career, right?
Yes.
Because every fight leads to something.
100%.
And my mom died on the 7th. But that whole camp was a draining camp. And I just kept quiet. I did what I had to do. People don't realize I was up in the morning running, getting the sparring in, heading off to Mill Park Hospital to see my mom for an hour in the day just to show presence and to show I'm there, because we didn't know whether she was going to die then, whether she was going to survive. We always knew she was never out the woods. It was always looking gravely, but it's a relative term because you never think the person can go.
Yeah.
Especially when they're looking at you.
Absolutely.
Then the next day they're not looking at you, they're not talking to you. Then 2 weeks later she comes back around and she's almost goes from ICU to high care. Then you think, okay, we're on the positive side here. The next day she's back in ICU. And this is all in a training camp. And I said to myself, like, if I look back and I reflect and I go, obviously I'm going to be tired. Because in that fight, yes, my mom died the day before the fight and it's horrible.
Yeah.
My mom, she brought me up as a single mom. So I had a lot of respect for my mom and what she had to do.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say she made me who I am, but her ways and what she taught me played a massive and pivotal role in me reaching the success in the sport of boxing, because I knew what I had to be and who I wanted to be and who I wanted to be that person for.
Yeah.
And I think she passed away, obviously, and I said, am I going to fight? I got offered, do you want to fight or not? Mm-hmm. Then I became unselfish. I said, look at the team that's here. They've come across the pond with me. Knockout chaos in Saudi Arabia, Anthony Joshua card, the biggest cards in the world, Riyadh season, opportunity. I have to fight. And then I said to myself, my whole team's come with me. I can't let them down. I can't let myself down. I can't let my supporters down. I can do this. I'm strong enough. I mean, I'm going to use it as motivation, which I tried my utmost best to do. When I walked to the ring, I was just off. I was like cold. Normally, you've got emotions running through you. You're going to war. You're ready to battle.
Oh my gosh.
You're feeling strong. You're feeling a whole lot of emotions. You feel like this god walking to the ring. That's how you feel when you walk to the ring, because you're this warrior going to war.
Yeah.
Nobody can touch you. That's what you're thinking in your mind. I walked to the ring cold. I was like, just in a duel.
Yeah.
Complete duel, like in a dream.
And what's heartwarming about this story that you're sharing is that so many people, when they watch the sport, combat sports, boxing, they're almost like, that's so violent, that's so brutal, I could never. But they almost take away the human layer from the fighter. And that's such a big part of it. I mean, it's your story, your truth, your life. So I think, how do you, I mean, I just have to be completely honest with you. I could never. I don't even know how you even develop that mental fortitude and strength.
And I say to myself, a lot of people have said that to me. How could you do
how
that?
do
I
you
could
do
never.
it?
I go, but I did it relatively easy. But then we unpack and we unfold, and I say, I'm human. Why was I feeling tired in round 4? No shit. It's because you just lost your mother the day
100%.
before. You're emotionally drained from the entire training camp. You're just not there, and your body doesn't want to. Your body doesn't want to be there. Your mind's trying to tell you, yes, you can do this. But it just shows you that we're human at the end of the day. And I think a lot of people forget that. We're mere mortals in this world.
Yeah, we really are. But
we're mere mortals.
But you have an incredible career. But of course, I mean, just let's start with the early days as well. You didn't necessarily think that you would have a life like this. You trained to be a paramedic. I mean, what was the thinking behind that? I mean, where did that start?
It's weird. When I was in matric and just coming out of school, I always wanted to be in emergency medicine. I just never had the chance to go study it. Obviously, when I came out of school, I always wanted to be a pilot. Just never had the chance to go learn how to become a pilot and study and pass the exams to become a pilot. But in my time with boxing, before boxing was good to me, I mean, I was trying my best to just survive like everybody on the go, you know, operating, working in a boxing gym on the floor, working at nightclubs, doing security to earn extra money, shift money. So it hasn't been easy sailing. And I think people don't realize that. A lot of people do know the story, but it was never easy sailing. You know, I had to really work hard to get into the position I'm in to wholeheartedly focus on the sport.
Yeah.
If you look at a lot of professional boxers in today's time, not talking about the world champions, but the others, most of them have jobs. Most of them. I think I'd like to say 90% of boxers on the South African roster have jobs, because you cannot sustain yourself or your family by just being a professional boxer if you don't reach a high level within South Africa and then within the world.
Yeah.
And I think I was always inspired to do something. So before I studied at Netcare College to become a medic, I did other things within the security industry, within boxing, to earn a living.
Really? In the security industry as well?
Yeah, bouncing, security, nightclubs,
Two guns
close
for
protection.
Sure.
Exactly. Doing everything we can to earn a living. Even if that meant babysitting a very extremely wealthy person, anything to survive, really. And then obviously I had the opportunity during my boxing career to go study at Netcare and to do my courses in emergency medicine, to become something and to become qualified and registered with the Health Professions Council of South Africa. And then once I became that, I was like, this is cool. We're going to operate and we're going to treat patients on the road with my colleagues at Emergewed and Netcare and that, and run calls and save lives, which is great because those people are literally angels, you know, angels on the road. And you see it's like a selfless job with low income, low remuneration.
Yeah.
You know, at that time, I've never done it to earn money, never earned a cent from that. I did it because I enjoyed it, but I got myself into the position with boxing to go out there, and that was my way of giving back and helping the community, right? And then I said, well, I've always wanted to become a pilot. And how to become a pilot? Well, the true reality of it is you need money because you've got to pay for the hours. You've got to pay for the hours that you're learning. And then obviously the only theoretical element that comes in is the exams you need to study for and pass. But the rest of it is practical and learning. And once that machine starts up and you get in the sky, you're getting billed per an hour there. So the sooner you go through the exercises and learn them, the sooner they get signed off, the better. And I became a pilot in 2020 because it's something I always wanted to become. You say, why? You're literally a world champion during that time. I won the world championship in 2017. And why are you trying to do all these things? Because it's fulfillment. If I've said I wanted to do something, no matter where I am in the world in terms of fame, boxing ability, notoriety, whatever it is, I want to achieve what I wanted to achieve, and no one's going to stop me. And then that means putting on a flight suit and jumping on the road, working as a student on a paramedic car underneath, supervised by someone else. That was me, because you know better than anyone. And in this sport, you'll realize that you're always one fight or one punch away from a horrible loss or a terrific, successful victory. The victories are high, the losses are low, but the victories can also be low and the losses can also be high. And now that sounds contradicting, but When you have a
It's very interesting that you
when
say
you
that.
have a massive victory, 2 days post that victory, you are on such a low.
Why is that?
Because you've had so much adrenaline and hype, and you've gone through this massive adrenaline surge. You've won, you're on top of the world. Then you get back home, you spend 2 days at home, and it's all over.
Yeah.
The whole fight week, the media hype, the crowd chanting, oh, Kevin.
Lerena.
Then you get home, you're like,
It's quiet. It's just you and your thoughts.
you're like,
It's
yeah,
just you and your thoughts.
and who you really are.
But I think it's evident that you've always had the mindset of a fighter. I mean, that's kind of what your life has shown you as you have evolved. But there have been things that have happened, and you spoke specifically about the period when you just become a licensed pilot. There was the helicopter crash in 2021. And then there's being an international champion during COVID. You know what I mean? How do you stay strong? I mean,
look, the
heli
heli crash was obviously an unfortunate incident that happened during a training exercise. I was already a pilot. I was doing a conversion on a bigger helicopter, and we're doing tail rotor emergencies. Because when you do your conversions and you want to upskill to certain helicopters, you go through the whole emergency procedure for that specific type, and the emergency went wrong. The simulation of the emergency went wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. And there was no point of recovery, and we had dynamic rollover, and the helicopter was completely written off.
Yeah.
And could that have happened? Maybe there's ways to avoid it, mitigating factors in why it happened. But at the end of the day, there's such a fine line. I think it's like sport, right?
Yeah.
There's always a fine line. If you're going to tempt fate with engine failures, tail rotor emergencies, boxing, life, business, walking on a thin rope across 2 buildings, eventually you're going to fall. Yeah. You're going to see your ass. And I think maybe that's what happened on that day. We were that certain small percentage of emergency gone wrong, because it happens a lot. And I managed to get back on the horse, excuse the pun, get back into the cockpit. Get back into the cockpit.
Great pun.
Not really a horse, but
no, same thing.
It's like riding a bicycle, same. Get back into the cockpit and back into the sky, but it did knock my confidence back a lot, because I was on such a roll. I was flying a lot. I mean, I think for that specific year, from when I got licensed to the incident, I think I had accumulated like 78 hours.
Oh my goodness.
It's quite a bit for like a relatively novice pilot.
Sure.
So a lot of tough flying time. And then obviously that knocks your confidence, but that's like sport. Like, it didn't affect me because I've been on the ground. I've lost before. This is life. Yeah. Life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. I mean, come on. No matter whether you work an 8 to 5, whether you're an influencer, whether you're a presenter, a sportsman, whatever you are, we're all dealing with something. Yeah. And I think that's where there's that false reality of like social media and like a lot of things that the media see. Some of it can be a massive facade of Fugazi of what is actually happening in this person's life. Yes. We'll never know. No. But that's what I'm saying, like what one person sees, I always try to portray that image. What you see is what you get. And what you see on my platforms, what you see within me, and when you speak to me, that's what you get. You're actually saying this, what you see is what you get. Yeah. What is one thing that the fans don't know about you, but is like standard Kevin spec? Sure. A little tough? How deep are we going to go, yeah? How deep we going to... No, that's the thing. We want to go deep. This is Unplugged. Okay. This is what we came here for. What the fans don't know about me. Yeah. People who watch you at home, people who aspire to follow a journey like yours, Don't phone me. Don't phone you. I don't answer. Not in a disrespectful way. I just hate talking on the phone. Yeah. I didn't expect you to say don't phone me, but that's it. Great. Okay. You know what else also? Yeah. And this is, I find like when you reach a certain level in life, your career or sport, like a cell phone is great, right? Because we use it for social media. We keep up to date with the news. We stay current with our friends. We have the ability to communicate non-stop. But how many people message you on the daily to say just hello? How are you? Or do people message you because they need something from you? Yeah. Most of the time. So in a perfect world, I wish I could throw my phone away.
In a perfect world. Well, in this world where you still manage yourself, which is something that I admire so much. So you manage a lot of your personal affairs.
My personal stuff, yeah. Boxing's obviously, I've got boxing managers
Yeah.
manage. But in terms of my personal, like getting here today,
Yeah.
this is me. There's nobody told me to be here. You guys reached out to me.
How do you keep that? How do you keep that perfect balance? Because I mean, that's not an easy thing to do.
I feel like if there's a middleman, as per se a middleman or a person in the middle, you kind of lose who this person is.
Yeah.
So every person that I deal with, whether it's at SuperSport, other networks, anywhere, they have the personal relationship with me. They have the ability to pick up the phone and drop me a text. Don't call.
Drop a text. Drop a text.
to drop me a text and to see, you know, to chat. And I think once you start to lose that personal touch, you can like lose all connectivity with the people, your sponsors, the TV networks, the people you're dealing with, because they never get to deal with you. It's like you just come in here, I do this, and I leave. And then you become robotic and monotonous. It's like, for me, I don't know. I'm a personal touch kind of guy. I like to deal with people.
No, it's good. I think that's a great thing. I do want to ask you because, I mean, early on you said in boxing, the highs are high and the lows are low.
Yeah.
And very often, you know, we know what it's like when we see the winner, you know, get his arm lifted up and that's the celebration. But what then happens when there are losses and how does one deal with that?
When there's a loss, there's always so many questions within, from external people, from your media team, from the public. So like when you have a loss, you deal with a lot to understand why you lost, to accept the loss, and how you're going to move forward from this loss. And I think there's like a pyramid, you know, you got to have like, I call it a pyramid because the 3 points that I kind of base my career on is the emotional,
Yes.
the physical, the most important one is the mental, the top of the pyramid.
Yeah.
So that makes the perfect pyramid, right? And the pyramid of sport. And I think when you lose, you physically, obviously a bit sore, you can be a little bit like hurt from a fight. Emotionally, you're damaged.
Yeah.
Because there's egos in the sport. You know what you wanted to achieve. You didn't train for 8 weeks to lose. And then there's the mental side, is dealing with the loss.
Yeah.
So how do you keep all three in check is what you have to do after a loss. You're constantly trying to get back into physical condition. You're constantly trying to be mentally strong and to remind yourself why you started the sport, where you want to go with the sport. And then emotionally, you're constantly having to pick yourself up because you can't just ignore the fact that you lost. You're going to be down about it. You're going to have questions about your loss, questions why I lost, what did I do wrong? Why didn't I do X, Y, and Z in the training camp? Why didn't I bring this one in for sparring? Why didn't I? But that's the first step to reaching success is accountability. I never point fingers at anyone within my team. I know that there's some things that I would have them do differently and that I feel they could have done differently, but that's who they are and that's how they do things.
For sure.
I never point fingers because at the end of the day, I'm the fighter. I step through those ropes and I take full accountability for my losses. And maybe that's why it's hard to deal with a loss and you reach such a low because I don't put the loss upon anybody else. So many people are quick to throw the loss at this person or fire this person
absolutely.
or fire this person.
And we see that a lot, actually.
If you take true accountability, the loss is on you.
That's true.
The other person in your team wake up the next day and there's other people to take care of.
Yeah.
You wake up on your own and go, well, I need to take care of myself. I need to get back on the horse. I need to be uplifted again. I need to be happy again. I need to take full accountability.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's the low, right?
Yeah, that's the low, but I think you handle it so well.
You know what? I think maybe my understanding of losses in life, you know, are so big in a sense of losing a fight in front of millions around the world watching on TV or in front of the 90,000 in attendance at Wembley Stadium. It's horrible, but there's so much worse things happening in the world. Like, my thinking is like, I've seen some bad shit in my life. You know, being in the being in the emergency, in the EMS industry, and in emergency medical services, you see some crazy stuff.
Absolutely.
And like, a loss is bad, but then you just got to reflect back on that guy lost his entire family being wiped out in a car accident. He's the only man alive. His wife and his kids are dead. That is a loss.
Yeah.
I just lost on a platform that is open for the world to see.
Yeah.
I didn't lose my child. I'm alive. I go back home to my family. I get paid. And life will be okay once I get over the loss.
Yeah.
For that person whose whole family's been wiped out, life will never be okay. No money in the world's going to buy your family. No money in the world's going to bring back the time you've lost with them. So what is it? It's a loss.
Yeah.
Get up and move forward. That's my thinking. That's how I try my best to remind myself, you know what? You've seen so much in your life, being in the EMS industry and just in life in general, my life as a whole. I said, a loss cannot define you. Now everybody would jump on their camp show that a loss doesn't define you.
Yeah.
No, it does in boxing because it's there on your record for eternity. But within yourself,
Yeah.
has it affected me?
No.
Maybe the ego gets bruised a little bit. You're like, oh man, I lost. I just had Daniel Dubois on his ass 3 times. Daniel Dubois is now the heavyweight champion of the world. That could have been me. Yeah, maybe. But at the end of the day, it depends what I call a loss.
Yeah.
For me, that family has been wiped out. That's a loss.
Yeah, 100%. And there are wins and losses in life. But now let's transition the conversation to the state of boxing and things that we've kind of just witnessed. I want to talk about Aquila Boxing Promotions and kind of how that came about. And your wife is the face of it.
Yeah, I'm the face
You're
of
the
it.
face of it,
She's
sorry.
the owner.
You're the face and she's the owner. How did that decision come about? You know what I mean? And that is also just signifying how much, you know, boxing is coming up and the changes in the space. And as a couple, you guys have been able to capitalize and give a platform to, you know, South African fighters.
Aquila Boxing Promotions, I actually speak about Aquila. Let's unpack it. Aquila stands for eagle in Latin.
Ooh,
So
eagle.
an eagle.
We know about the eagle.
Yeah, it represents honesty, prosperity, integrity, and strength. And that's what I believe in life. That's how you must live your life. And that's where the name came, like derived from. So Aquila Boxing Promotions, where champions rise. Obviously, it was my idea. How Geraldine became involved is there's rules and regulations within the sport. So I sat with Geraldine. I said, look, this is what I envision. You will always back me.
Yeah.
So let's open up an entity. You know, I'll be the face of it. You'll be the lady who's on all the company documents because there's rules and regulations. I cannot be, but I'll support you if you support me. This is my vision. Do you think we can do it? And she was like, you can do anything. So go ahead and do it. That was November 2024.
I mean, and now you guys
March 2025, we had our first show. We're 3 shows down. In the boxing world within South Africa, there's a lot of people who talk. Lots, but not enough doers. Like, not enough doers. So many people want to put on these promotions and want to put on shows that cost a lot of money. They cost a lot of money. And I respect the promoters that are putting on shows because I know how much those shows cost, whether your production's tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3. I know on a ballpoint figure what each show could possibly cost because now we're doing it.
Of course.
So I respect all promoters who are providing fighters with a platform. We started it for that specific reason.
Yeah.
Young, innovative, dynamic, and creative. And I think that's where television is going. That's where boxing is going. And that's where the people who support the sport need to go. And if you look at all our shows, our last 3 shows have been sellouts.
Yes.
With like a multifaceted crowd. Young people, old people, men, women. You know
it's
what I mean?
electric
It's
being
electric.
in the gallery
what I mean?
and being
It's different, right?
No, completely different.
And that's what that was. You asked what inspired it.
Yes.
That. So the fact that people have said to me like the vibe is electric, you know, what you and Geraldine are doing is phenomenal. I boom with pride because I look at it from the corner.
Yeah.
There's fighters, so if you had to look at it within 3 tournaments, you know, you're looking at
Guys who are undefeated.
50 fighters have been given an opportunity to fight on a platform on the World of Champions for money to grow their careers, thanks to us. That makes me proud.
Yeah. And you guys
And also thanks to our sponsors who get behind us for each event, you know. World Sports Betting have committed to helping us. You know, you got Tigris Wealth Group,
Yes.
JCP Steel, HP, all these guys rally behind me and my vision. My vision to grow the sport and to provide a platform for fighters. And what we do in return is give good matchups, good production.
You guys really do.
Good matchups, good production.
I've
Be honest.
been to every single.
And it's a vibe.
It's a full-on vibe.
That's
and I
it.
think now we have crowd favorites. I mean,
Exactly.
thinking about Kane, K9 for
We're developing fighters.
Yes.
And Kane's not, we don't have a sign, we have not signed a single fighter.
Yes.
No one knows that. If you want to fight on our show, you're welcome.
Oh my gosh.
Because at the end of the day, people want a platform, right?
Yes.
Fighters want a platform. People want entertainment. What's going to drive content and drive viewership? And I think we kind of in that space that we're driving the content, we're driving the viewership, and we're putting on good matchups.
100%.
But then that's the business side of it, right? The thinking side. Then there's the fighter side. So
Yes.
you're providing fighters and their teams opportunity. There's not a lot of promotional banners within the country that are putting on fights, you know? In Johannesburg, I stand under correction, maybe there's like 4 or 5 that are putting on shows.
Yes.
And then it includes us.
Yes, that includes you. Yes, that includes you guys.
So like, how are fighters meant to stay busy and earn a living? I've been there. I've been the fighter who has been inactive for a year or a year and a half and never had a fight. So it's just a platform and an opportunity. And what we're doing with that is creating an opportunity for sponsors to come on board and to get great mileage, to get great visuals, and then obviously the World of Champions as a strategic partner to get behind us. But as I said, you know, you can have partners, sponsors, television. If you put on a tier 4 production, they're not going to stick around.
No.
So it was our duty to put on tier 1 shows, good matchups, good production, entertainment.
Yeah. And I think the great thing about this is that it's about the platform. It's showing that South Africa and Africa has incredible boxers.
Talent.
And that they just need to be unearthed.
Men and women.
Yes, men
That's the
and
thing.
women.
It's like a lot of talent like that is fighting on our shows. Some of them have never been seen before, but now they're like almost becoming household names. Some of them have been seen but then forgotten.
Yes.
So we came into the space to give the forgotten person a voice, the unseen to be heard, and the well-known to become even bigger and better.
Absolutely love that.
That is Aquila Boxing Promotions.
I know that I'm definitely looking forward to the next Aquila Boxing promotion.
1st of November.
1st of November, guys.
We're working on that card.
You heard it here first. They're working on the card, and I expect to see the Galleria sold out. But right now, we also know that there's a lot of changes to boxing, you know, not just here in South Africa, but on the globe. So we have influencer boxing. You see Caspian Invest taking on Knock Music.
Yeah.
We also have content creators who are now creating their own promotions. So Jake Paul and Most Valuable Promotions.
Yeah,
and then we have KSI in England. What's your take on those kinds of changes and those shifts? Are you giving them a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or
No,
do you feel it's
I
needed
think
for the sport?
a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Because at the end of the day, they're coming into our sport. We are professionals. We're licensed in the capacity of professional boxing, right? We're boxers.
Yes.
They're coming into our sport to create legs and to drive the revenues or the popularity of the sport through the roof. So why wouldn't you give them a thumbs up? Yes, the purists might look at it and say, this is not pure. This is not boxing. But
And
at
I
the
think
end of
that's
the day,
a big criticism.
we've evolved. We've evolved in terms of entertainment. We're in the entertainment business. We're pugilist specialists, but we're in the entertainment business. So if you just want to be a pugilist specialist who says nothing, who's not marketable, well then just realize, here's your market cap, this is where you're going to earn, and this is all you're going to be. If you evolve with the times, with the media, be a killer in the ring, not literally but figuratively, go in there and be a warrior.
Yes.
And have everything else with it, well, you're making massive heaps of money,
I want to agree with you in saying that the entertainment aspect plays a huge part in it, because you also need to think about it from a perspective of what is it that people are coming to see, But also, they are the purists who still have, they're still sitting at the top of the chains. I mean, if we're looking at, our big federations, they think that the sport needs to have integrity, and they feel like these kinds of promotions water them down.
Yes and no. In a sense of, like the Misfits promotions there in the UK, KSI,
Yes.
massive, some Xboxers, some influencers, YouTubers fighting, creating awareness within the sport. Yes, I get it. The likes of Jake Paul, I believe he's doing it right. Even though
too.
he's picking his opponents very smart, but everybody
has to
in the
do that.
beginning of their careers does that. So what you're knocking the guy for? Because he's earning millions, now you're hating on him. Don't hate. Don't hate. Rather
Actually
learn.
learn something.
Don't learn. Rather
Very
learn.
true. Rather
Don't
learn
hate. Rather
something.
learn. The organizations, I think, will always see it as watering down the sport because remember, organizations make money within the purest side of the sport.
Yeah.
Every time you fight for a certain belt, there's sanctioning fees, there's a fee for the belt, there's this fee, that fee. So listen, it's a business, right? So if there's none of that in those shows, there's no sanctioning fees. So, and it's taking away hours and revenue from the purest side of the sport. I get their concern. But as soon as they evolve and fighters within the professional side of the sport start to learn and take a little bit of something from everyone, it's going to drive revenue up. And I think there's a fine line. You know, it can't be too comical. It can't be a joke of a show. But there's a fine line between maybe too professional and what's happening with the misfits and the influencer boxers. But there's definitely a place for it. None of those guys are going to maybe become world champions or are going to be tier one fighters. No, Jake Paul is doing his part. He really is. He's not a bad fighter. And a lot of people ask me, they say, what do you think of Jake Paul? He's not bad. He takes the sport seriously. I know people who've trained him. He's not bad at all. How far he's going to go? Well, time will tell.
Time will tell.
No one knows how far you're going to go.
No.
Nobody ever knows how far you're going to really go in life or in boxing or whatever it is, in rugby. So time will tell. Let him do his thing.
Yeah.
And as soon as the matchups become harder and he's fighting bigger names, if he beats those guys, well, then what are you going to say? What is everyone going to say?
Not much you can say,
They're
actually.
going to say, he's actually not that bad.
I mean, regardless, they're still talking about him. And that pays the bills.
See?
It really does. But now I want to shift into you, Kevin, and your legacy and kind of the multiple roles that you play. So you are a father and a husband. Since the time you have fought, now being a father, what has the changes been in your mindset? Like, what are you fighting for now? What do you fight for now?
I became a dad at a very young age, to be honest. I was 22 or 21, I think, 22.
22.
And, it motivated me because I needed to put food on the table for my child and it made me hungry. But then as the years went on and motivation is one thing. Motivation dies out.
Yeah.
Discipline cannot die out. You got to remain disciplined. And I think, as I've had kids over the years, you do become a little bit softer because you have children and you view things from a different perspective. If I look back, I was a much harder person in my early 20s than I am now. Now I've got empathy. And I think about what this person's thoughts are, what this person's feeling, because maybe I've had children. But at the end of the day, I'm a warrior that goes to war and fight. So I always need to remind myself, you cannot control the uncontrollable. Focus on what you can control, and everything else will fall into place. But my kids have played a massive role in how far I've gotten. Have I become softer as a human? Yes. I think because you view things from a different perspective. And my children are my everything. So I never want to leave my children behind. But the true reality of it is I cannot control the uncontrollable. If the big man upstairs wants me upstairs, he's going to take me upstairs. You know what I mean?
Yes, no, very true.
So that's kind of how I need to view things now. In a perfect world, I say, well, I'd love to retire and spend every day with my children and be the stay-at-home dad to fetch them from school and take them to rugby practice and take them to boxing. But the true reality of it is I can't.
Yeah. But
I'm a fighting man.
Yeah, but also you do incredibly well. So every single time you're on a card, you're always with your family. So in 2024, when you're in Riyadh, you got the opportunity to train with Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? And I don't know, do your children have any comments and thoughts or stories regarding that?
When me and Tyson video call each other and my children are with me, he says hello to them.
Oh, that is so cool.
So my children are experiencing
Okay,
it
so you will
firsthand.
take Tyson's calls.
Yeah.
You won't take anybody else's calls but Tyson.
I have to answer the heavyweight champion of the world's calls.
Okay. But what was that experience like?
Amazing. He's a phenomenal competitor. He's a character. The hospitality I received in being in training camp with him was second to none. The relationships I built with the people that I met through Tyson, second to none. And obviously I was in camp with him in 2024 and then again towards the end of 2024. You know, we're in camp in November. So
I need to ask you this. Who's faster, you or Tyson? Because we saw you guys running up a hill together.
Sprints.
Ah.
Let's ask him. Should we phone him?
Oh, we're going to call him.
Let's
I
ask
feel
him.
like if... Do it for us.
Let's see if he answers.
I need to know. But if you're going to let him answer, I have a feeling he's going to say him.
Think so.
I
Let's see if he
don't.
answers.
I don't know.
Let's see.
Okay.
Who is faster in a running race, me or Tyson?
Okay.
I'd say me.
So who's faster? Because
I'd
we
say
saw
Tyson,
the video. And
I'd
we
say
need to
Tyson is quick. Is better at long distance running. That man can run.
Really?
Whew. We went on a couple of hill runs. He's not answering my phone back.
More than one.
Yeah, in the training camp, we went on running. We were running, and we had to run this like 6.5 kilometer hill run. And I think, you know, I started, and I wasn't in like fighting shape in the sense of, I wasn't preparing for fights. I was there to help him, so I'm not at my peak fitness, but I'm fit enough.
Yeah.
Running, I see this man, he just keeps going and building his pace. I said, no man, I cannot let this man beat me by this muscle. Next minute, we get to the top of the hill, we get on the final stretch, and there he goes, long legs, giraffe. I was like,
oh no
he can
way.
move.
He can move.
He can move.
Oh my gosh, big
and
guy,
it's just
big
a said
stature.
massive guy.
Yeah.
But phenomenal human being, eh?
I can imagine.
A phenomenal human being.
I mean,
And they've also been through a lot, right? So we can relate to what he's been through and, you know, what he has had to overcome. So he motivates me. He truly motivates me because, like, what he had to go through, you know, he became the heavyweight world champion and he woke up the next day and he said it was shit. Because he said, like, what do I have to show for it? He got depressed, you know, he faced, you know, a lot of depression and he came back. So he motivates me because that's weird. Like, people only see, like, when you're at the top of your sport, no one knows exactly what you're feeling.
yes, they see one side. They see the glory. They see
Like,
the glory of
I'm
it
the
all.
WBC Bridgerweight world champion. I wake up some mornings, I feel good. I wake up some mornings, I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do this, but I'm disciplined, so let me get out of bed and do it. You know, I can't answer you why. Why do you wake up that morning, some mornings, and feel like shit? I can't tell you why, but I say motivation. That's why I say motivation fades away.
It's not it.
Everyone's like, oh, I'm going to wake up, New Year's resolution, After 3 days, motivation's out.
Do you believe in New Year's resolutions? Are they a real thing for you? Have you ever made one?
Motivation goes out the window. Lack of discipline kicks in.
Yeah.
Everyone's back into their old habits.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for me, it's, you know, I remind myself I'm my own hype man, but then I say to myself, discipline, discipline, discipline.
Discipline, discipline, discipline.
Because discipline will take you, you know, maybe motivation will take you around the block.
Yeah.
Discipline will take you around the world.
It really will. So now, Kevin, I want us to focus our attention on the wall. I mean, you were super pumped about seeing this wall.
I came in here and I thought, no ways. As I walked in, I said, these photos are very cool. It must be a digital wall because no one is going to go print these photos, put them in a frame and then take them down. So it's my first time seeing this, to be honest.
We do aim to please. We do aim to please.
Well, you please me.
Let's talk about some of these photos. You easily pointed out that one of your favorites, or is it one that you don't have, is the photo of you and Daniel Dubois.
No, I got that one. I don't have that one.
You don't have this one. Tell us the story behind this one.
My mom died the day after. That was the 6th of March. It was at a media workout in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia for my fight against Justice Huni. I thought it was a cool photo because I was tuned in there, right?
Yes, completely. I mean, you're in the zone there.
Yeah. Let's go through all of them.
Okay, let's go through all of them. So I'm just going to
Let's go.
plop myself.
I'll talk you through them.
Okay, so we've chatted about this one. Here we go. This is where we're at now.
That one, I think, was the Dubois fight at the media workout. I think it was the Dubois fight. If I look at that top and that top, that was at the Dubois fight. The media workout, massive. 3 days before fighting, co-main event on a Tyson Fury card.
Yes.
In front of 70,000 people. So that was a massive photo, big fight for me.
100%. And then let's zone into this one. Oh, this is good.
I needed the toilet.
This is good.
I needed the toilet. No, I was stretching it. That was the media workout for the Lawrence Aquilla fight, for the Wembley fight 2 weeks ago. As well as the top one. That was the final photo after a short media workout for the media in a packed what was that arena called?
How was that Lawrence Coney fight, and how was it like fighting in Wembley? You know, what are the moments that you remember
It was
most?
amazing. It was amazing because of the crowd. It's Wembley's the stadium everyone wants to perform in, right? The fight itself didn't go my way, wasn't my best night. So that's another example, right?
Yes, for sure.
Wasn't my best night at work, and it showed, but it is what it is.
Oh,
I wake up and I go, well, it is what it is.
It is what it is, champ.
Yeah.
We're still with you. Okay, and this one, okay,
That was the
I'm
way.
just gonna do this.
So that was after the media workout. Which one? Top
No,
one?
this one here.
Oh, that was the weigh-in, official weigh-in for that fight. So that was the Coley fight. The Queensberry logo behind us, ready to fight. That was Usyk Dubois. That was the Wembley fight. That was in the ring, in the stadium. Man in the arena.
Man in the arena. Oh my gosh. I mean, what do those moments feel like? I mean, you said
Let me tell you what I was thinking
on
then.
top of the
Do you want to know what I was thinking then?
I do.
So there I'm amped. I'm looking him down. I want to fight him. I'm trying to psych myself up, but I'm in a dream, right?
Yeah.
Because I look to the right. There's Jason Statham, the beekeeper, sitting ringside watching me.
Are you kidding
Next to him's Turkey Al Sheikh.
Oh my goodness.
Next to him is Jake Paul. And I'm going, I'm just a boy from Highlands North. And they're watching me. That's what I honestly...
That's proof to never, cut yourself out.
There's they're announcing my name, they're announcing my former titles, current championship, and then ringside is Jason Statham, Gordon Ramsay.
But also, Kevin, you...
To name a few people, I'm just saying it's crazy.
No, it is crazy, but also I think you've earned that so well. You've been a champion in every single division that you've fought in, cruiserweight, heavyweight, and bridgerweight.
I've never been a heavyweight world champion, though. So, I won the Intercontinental and the WBA International, which put me in line to fight Daniel for the WBA heavyweight world title. But should I become...
Should you become...
The heavyweight world champion, that's 3 weight divisions. I think that's pretty cool.
I mean, that's legacy. So let's briefly talk about legacy. Let me get off of mine. Let's talk about legacy. So in 20 years' time, when people talk about Kevin Lerena, what do you want them to say about you?
The man who defied the odds.
That's clean.
Just like that. Nothing else. You don't need to hype me up. You don't need to say...
Oh, that is so clean. I don't think you understand. I feel like that's a line on a poster. The man who defied the odds.
Factually. Because I was told I wasn't going to make it. I think that guy's pretty much made it, if you ask me.
Yeah, that guy's made.
No, not made. We always want to be better. What I mean is he's made it to the pinnacle of the sport. Mm-hmm. So I must have defied the odds in some way or another.
Is it weird that you spoke about Jason Statham, the beekeeper, and there's a bee in the studio?
Fitting, eh?
Very fitting.
I saw the real beekeeper there. I was like, I can't believe it.
He knows you're talking about him. He knows that you're talking about him.
Yeah, so listen, I think the man who defied the odds.
Yeah.
In life, in general, in everything, because very few make it to the pinnacle of the sport. Whatever sport you're in, very few make it really to the top. So I commend all sportsmen because I know how hard it is. Yeah. And I think that's the pinnacle. Wembley Stadium, co-main event, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Kingdom of Saudi Stadium. I think now I just want to become the main event at those venues, and I think I got maybe 5 years to do that.
Yeah,
I want to be retired by like 37, 38 from boxing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
But a lot of the guys go until they're in their 40s, right?
You want to retire? Why is that?
No,
I mean, that's not even.
I've had 36 professional fights now.
Yeah.
I always said I wanted to reach 40 professional fights, but then when I reach 40, I might want to reach 50.
Give us more. Give us more. Don't leave us hanging just like that.
I don't know how long I got left in the sport. We never know, right? As of now, I'm so motivated. You know, I'm training hard. Got a conditioning coach. Got my boxing coach. You know, there's things I want to achieve and things I want to do, but the rug or the mat can be swept from underneath you at any given time. So I just got to make the most of what I can in the time that I got.
Very true.
And if that means until I'm 40 years old, that's great. If that means until I'm 35, well, that's good too. But God will tell me when I've had enough, and I'll tell myself when I've had enough. And I have asked myself the question, a lot of times I said, do I still want to do this? And that is the moments where I go like after a loss or after facing a little bit of turmoil or difficulties within the sport, what do I do this for? Do I still want to do this? Am I done? Have I had enough?
I really want to know, were you born to be a fighter? If someone had to ask you
I got fighter within me, but I don't
Yes.
think you're born to be a fighter. I think you become a fighter because you got to train, you got to be skillful. So I don't think you become a champion. You don't become a champion. You're not born a champion. You become a champion. You learn to become a champion. You have discipline to be. But I think I am wired differently to other people, and I'll say that because not everyone becomes a champion. Not
Very
everyone
true.
thinks like me, and I do believe I have something special that other people don't have. But there's so many people with special, I wouldn't say skills, but special value and special, what I'm looking for is like
I want to say gift.
artillery or gift. Like they have something within themselves, their artillery, their
Yes.
ammunition that no one else has. So there's a reason why they make it to the top.
Yeah.
There's a reason why there's Tom Brady's of the world. There's a reason why there's, phenomenal rugby players in the world. And
Yes.
that person has something more than the other person.
That's
You're trained
true.
to be a champion. You have your trainer is going to teach you the skills. You've got to learn the skills, apply the skills, apply them at the right time under the big lights on the night. But what do you have that's different to the other person who's been told and taught those exact skills, but they've gone nowhere with the sport? I believe I'm special.
Well, I know that all of your fans, including me, know that you're special and your career has definitely been one to note.
Maybe,
so now let's
maybe
talk about...
why differently. That's the right way.
I mean, I need to ask this because I feel like this is important. You gave me an age bracket. You said between 35 and 40, so I'm going to hold on to that. 35 to 40, your dream fight. Where is
Before
it?
you carry on, I gave another, what's this guy, the editor of a newspaper like 4 years ago. I told him I want to be done between 30 to 34.
30 to 34.
Now
Okay.
we go 35 to 40.
Let's...
Because see, there's a prime example. Back then, I thought that's the gap, that's the time frame I got.
Yeah.
How I feel right now, no, we'll push it to 40.
That's good.
So back to your question.
Okay, so a dream fight with who, your dream opponent, dream venue, country, and who is in your corner?
Dream fight, dream opponent, dream venue,
Corner. So that's four elements.
and corner. The biggest magnitude fight.
100%. Let's go for it.
We'll see Kevin Lerena versus Jake Paul.
Ooh, that's the dream? Okay, nice.
You know what makes a good dream? Mm-hmm. The bank balance. So Jake Paul, arguably one of the biggest names in the sport, he can fight me for my title. I'm the champion. Any stadium, because I'm a stadium fighter.
Because he's a stadium fighter.
My same corner, because no changes need to be made to a recipe that was winning for so many years.
Yeah.
And the fourth one was,
Oh, the
how
fourth
much do I
one
want to
was...
get paid for the fight?
Okay, how much do you want to get paid
Millions
for
of dollars.
Millions of dollars. Have you considered becoming a rapper? Because those are bars after bars after bars after
No,
bars.
I can't sing and I can't dance. Okay, so we said Jake Paul,
Jake Paul.
Lerena,
Yeah.
for the WBC Bridgeweight World title. Whether the WBC sanctioned it or not, I don't know. But I like the sound of the bars.
We said any
stadium. I fought at Wembley. I can fight there again. Even South Africa. Why can
Even,
I not
what
do
about
that at
F&B Stadium?
or Greenpoint Stadium in Cape Town?
Or Greenpoint?
Either
Ooh,
or.
okay, bring it home.
Jake Paul's a massive crowd puller and I'm a homegrown boykie, so why not?
I mean, it'll be so good.
Same corner. Don't make changes to a recipe that was winning. Especially not now in your career.
Yeah.
And there was a fourth one. What was the fourth one?
Okay. Would you walk out with the box?
With who?
With the Springboks?
Oh, the Springboks. Yeah, of course.
I mean, who would you walk out with? Let's build this.
I was like the box.
Sorry, my bad. I said that's so non-native.
You said it so like swaggerish. I was like the box. Like,
you
who's
can
that
walk out
rapper?
with the Springboks.
Yeah.
You can walk out listening to Sister Bettina. We could do some knickknacks. We can have which Springbok players?
I think they're all
Yeah, they're all
inspirational
pretty-
guys. They're
yeah,
world
they-
champions times two. This modern day bunch.
Yeah.
They won 2 World Cups back to back.
Yeah.
Jesse Creel's my friend. I'd like to have him there. Malcolm Marx, he was at school with me. We played rugby together in the same team, so
wow.
he deservedly needs to be there. He's an ox. He's a beast.
He's a beast.
Strong boy, that. Who else would I like there? I think Sio Kolisi.
See ya?
He's a national
Captain,
star.
our captain.
Ibn Itzebet's a massive monster. You need to have an enforcer.
Everybody needs an enforcer.
The big man there. You need the big man there to just keep other people in check. And one of my favorite players, I think a super talent, Sasha Feinberg and Gomezulu.
Ooh.
I think he's like got the swag. You need to have him there for the clout.
Okay.
You need to have Sasha there.
So we're inviting them in advance. So if you guys are watching this at home, you guys are invited to the official walkout of the
If Kevin
Dream
Lerena
Match.
fights Jake Paul,
Just know.
whether it's in Cape Town or FNB Stadium or anywhere around the world, and they don't have a match, they've got to be there. We'll have enough bars to fly them in.
yeah, 100%.
Sia Kolisi is a national hero. Jesse Kriel is my good friend. Malcolm Marx I went to school with. Ibn Itzebet's an enforcer, a mammoth of a man.
Yeah.
And Sasha Feinberg and Gomezulu, because I really rate him as a player, and I like his style, and I think he's a nice boy too.
I think he's a nice boy too.
Yeah.
Okay, my very last question. So let's say in a wah kind of way. So you retire and you're sitting with all your bands.
I need to get there. You
life
making
is
me,
good.
You're making me want to.
100%.
Let's manifest this.
That's why we're speaking
Yes.
about it. Do you understand that that's where we're at now?
Yeah.
So you're sitting with all your bands.
Yeah.
And you are said to vacation for, I don't know, for an indefinite amount of time.
Yeah.
Where are you going to first?
First, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii or like the Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
It's like nice and relaxed. Something like that, yes. Or like that movie Couples Retreat, end up on some island doing yoga with some crazy guy.
Do you do yoga?
No, I don't. But maybe I'll start.
Oh yeah, retiring is a great time to just start stuff.
We have to manifest this. It needs to become reality.
Yeah, I'm for
But
serious.
you want
though.
another true reality?
Yeah, I want the truth.
You can give me racks on racks on racks.
Yeah.
Bank balance with so many zeros after the comma. I probably still won't be able to sit still. I'm a busybody. I'm always seeking fulfillment in something.
Yeah.
I don't relax. I don't switch off. I'm always continuously looking to improve myself as a human being and improve others. So the true reality of it is I probably cannot just switch off. Like I'm going on holiday next week
Yeah.
for only like eight days. And I'm looking forward to going away with my beautiful children and my family.
Mm-hmm.
But I know when I'm there, I really won't switch off. Like I'm going to be in the holiday mode, on the beach, chilling at the pool. But I'm still that busybody.
Oh my
you know?
gosh.
Maybe it's like...
You are such a hard worker, even when you don't need to be.
Maybe that's a problem. Maybe you need to just switch off and appreciate life, right? When is enough? When is it enough?
I mean, but Champ, you have clearly done more than enough. We look
Thank you.
forward to seeing what comes next. Thank you so much for joining us here at SuperSport Unplugged. Thank you for unplugging with me.
Yeah, we unplugged a little bit of Kevin Lerena.
Yeah, we really did. I feel like we got
something Studio 6 doesn't get to see.
That's right, guys. But if you want to catch more action, you know where to find us. This is SuperSport Unplugged Champion Chats. We're outie.
Cheers.